Hi, I'm Les Kiger. This is Lilliput, and we're here to share with you this equality tidbit. In this tidbit, I want to show you how to introduce the click using hand targeting. The click is the basis of clicker training, and it's both a marker and a bridge signal. And what that means is that it marks a behavior so the horse knows exactly what they did that earned them a reward. And it also bridges from that marked instant to the reward. So say the horse is going over a jump and you want to mark that second that they decide to really take off the ground. So you mark that with the click, and then you can't get them the treat while they're in the air. It'd be pretty amazing if you could, but not that easy, and they wouldn't enjoy it that much anyway. So they know that since they got clicked, it's a promise that there is a treat coming, and so it basically makes it so even though you give the click later on after the jump, it sticks in their mind right at that instant of the jump. So I like to use a tongue click instead of a mechanical clicker, and it sounds like this. Even though I'm just demonstrating the sound, the click is a promise. It means you earned a treat for whatever you were doing just then. So one click always equals one treat. Even though I was just demonstrating the sound, I still needed to give her a treat for that. Otherwise, I'm going to diminish the power of my click. Lilliput has had just a little bit of work with the click, and so she kind of gets what it means, but she's still pretty early on in the process. So now, to really introduce the horse to it and get them used to it, the only way that that marker and bridge thing can work is if the horse knows what's going on, if the horse knows that the click is a promise. So we're going to introduce that using something called hand targeting. Hand targeting basically, or targeting, basically just refers to the horse touching something, usually with their nose. We do hand targeting first. We put a treat in our hand, hold it out, the horse touches it, click and treat. So that way they get the treat right after the click, and it starts to make that association in their brain. As they understand it more and more, the click and the treat can get farther and farther and farther apart. But at the beginning, when you're first teaching the click, it's important that they be right next to each other. So I'm going to put a treat in my hand. I'm going to hold out this target for her, right where she doesn't even have to move to touch it. Click and treat. I'll do maybe 3 of those in quick succession to get the idea going. Good girl. Good. With your horse, that may take a few more to get going. You may want to proof it with some more challenging situations too, so you can hold it up high. You can hold it down low. You can hold it to the side. The important thing here is that I put my hand in one spot and I wait for her to come and touch it. That way, she's really getting all the way there, and I'm setting a point, and if she reaches that point, then there's a reward. So we call that a reward point. So now that she's getting that basic version, we might start to ask her to move a little bit to touch the target. So we're getting farther and farther towards the edge of where she'll have to move to come get it. Good girl. Just one step at a time to start with. Good. Switch sides over here. Ask her to come a little more. Now she's getting that super good, so I'm going to start adding steps. With your horse, each of those phases, the holding it right near their nose, putting it in different places around their head, and then finally getting them to take steps towards it. We'll do one more. May take longer than it did in this demonstration here, but you just stick with it at whatever level your horse is having trouble with until they get the success, and then move on to the next level. This is just both a basic way to introduce, no, now you need to mellow out, to introduce the horse to the click, so you can use it to teach a variety of different things, some of which we'll look at in other tidbits. And it's also a great way to start building their confidence in approaching things that they're not confident about, in going on obstacles and all that sort of stuff. And those are things that we'll get a chance to look at later. For now, I think this is plenty for you to get going on, to get your horse introduced to the click, understanding what it means, how it marks and bridges. I should note that it's really important when we're doing this hand targeting that the click come right in the second that her nose touches your hand. That way, we're really forming that idea of marking. We're pairing the click with the behavior, which is the touch. So that timing is super important. Anywho, that's all for now. I hope that you enjoy this introduction to the click. I'm sure that your horse will. And let me know how it works for you in the comments below. Good girl.